All right, gang. I think everything is kind of sort of in place. Let's get on. Let's get on Twitter Spaces. I don't know. Can you hear me on Twitter Spaces? Somebody get on Twitter. Let me get on it first. Create your space. Talk about. I'm not going to bother recording it because yesterday I tried to listen to past episodes and you can't listen to it. I don't know what the hell's going on there. So I want to know, can people even hear me on Twitter Spaces? I thought we could. And, oh, that poor dog. I thought we could. And I went back to listen to the episodes and nothing there. So, and I don't think I can be on more than one Twitter account at a time, so I can't test it. I can't be broadcasting on one account and then go view it on another. And, did mean nothing because, all right, what was over there that should be back? This. So yeah, that camera is not what I was broadcasting there. It was actually this one. And let's bring that back up. There we go. I can probably change the message going across. Screen grab, no overlay. Yeah, put that out. Yours and screen share. Shady, go lay down. She wants to play. She wants to. There's that. Let's put a message in there. And lies told by Trump this week. How do you indict a ham sandwich? And is the military parade still going? This is what I don't like about this scrolling text is that you've got to actually put spaces in the bottom. You see them there? To actually create spaces, more than one, using more than one space beneath the beneath the thing. I need to change something over here on Restream, which we are trying to get rid of soon enough. Share screen video. I forget which one I used. Which one of these I used. Uploads, recordings, no. Image, local video. A capable device to play, no. I forget what I did. I actually shared a screen. Is that all I did was share the screen? Like, is there some sort of, I forget if there's, I can get out of studio mode and do that. I don't even know what you guys are seeing because there's so much else now. Upload, draw, no, that's already pre-recorded shit too. Is it another camera? Or am I just sharing a screen? What did I do the other day? I thought there was a way that I shared the output from video, image, local video, RTMP source. Bring a stream like Zoom or OBS. Maybe I could do that. I would have to upgrade to do that. Well, I guess just this doesn't really. If you're joining on Up the Middle YouTube, DLive, or Rumble, we have made some changes to what we do. And that's not a good one. I'm sorry. No. Yeah. We had all of this figured out yesterday after taking a half an hour to figure it out and do shit. But I got to get into. Yeah, it's on Discord now. I'm nervous. I got to feel like I got to keep coming back and looking at these to make sure that they're still green. All right. So for today, I got to do like overlays too, because so much of that was done on Restream that I just clicked a button and a watermark appeared up in the corner. So you're seeing what's rolling across the bottom. We'll do this ticker. because I think that's actually pretty cool. I got to learn how to decrease the size of that. Um, it's not letting me. Wow, it's not letting me make it thinner. Oh, I do know how to do that actually. Um, that's which one? Yergs and screen share. That properties font. It's the size of the font too. If I can find the font. Is it in the filters? No. Opacity, color, background, align. There we go. Yeah, but I think that was. I want to see what that actually looks like. Is it big and nasty or? Ken, what do you think? Is the font better today? Oh, you're not even seeing the right thing. Why is Discord getting that? Oh, because I don't. That's not Twitch. That's not a Twitch feed. That's okay. Oh, for fuck's sake! I got to do the whole dashboard there again, which I don't like. But it is what it is. Is that font size better, Ken? Yesterday, it was turned the screen into a damn billboard. All right, so the Gestapo is in place. And yeah, there's that. Okay. Oh, phone numbers too. Where's our Australian? There we go. Got to put up a second. Phone lines open. Oh, I got to turn those on too. Phone. There we go. There's the size I was talking about. Phone lines are open. 1-888-888-YRGZ and 1-844-gay-LGBT. Don't worry, I'll fix that at the top. WhatsApp is +1-267-716-1932. What the hell else was I calling? Australia. From Australia. 07_4994. Oh, I have this remembered almost. I got to come back over here to. Where's Restream? No. There we go. What was Australia's phone number? 3165. Okay. Okay. So there's that. Select font. Not 256 size font. Select colors. Well, actually, it's going to be in the properties. There we go. And then I don't know why that's a filter, not a property, but scrolling. Is there we go. Now we look like a real news station. Look at all this. Oh, I see one typo. There we go. There it is, gang. How do you indict a hand sandwich anyway? Well, I can help you with that. Can I do this? Try to get like stuff like scale to window. I don't know why you would want to move that, but all right. So military parade. You remember that about a month or so ago. Dear leader had a parade for himself, in part because nobody else would do it. So I can kind of understand what he's doing there. Hey, you want to have a party? Nobody else wants to have a party? Fuck them, have your party. Got it. But so I got a tip. Somebody from there, and as you know, I know a lot of people still in DC. I've reached out to some of the military people I know to confirm whether or not all the equipment that was brought in for this parade to tear up the streets, literally, by driving these things down the street. I'm still floored by the fact that this guy wanted a submarine. Apparently, he wasn't familiar with how a submarine works. But other military equipment, LE, put some metadata in for Radio X. So other military equipment, tanks, heavy armored vehicles, whatever, were brought in for this military appreciation parade that nobody really appreciated. Apparently it was rainy. Bad day to do it there, among other things. Now, am I on Twitter there today? D-La, Oh, can't go live on Facebook yet. Not that one either. All right. Yes, streaming too. Eric's up middle profile. Anyway. There we go. Both that and the audio. If somebody would go to Jurg's up middle, is our up the middle profile on Twitter, and just see if you can hear it on the spaces, the audio only. I mean, I'm not going to chew up data on my CPU if nobody's listening. I mean, if nobody's actually able to hear it anyway. My mic is hot. That might be it though. Voice meter. There. My mic is hot, and it's saying that I'm registering on it. So let's find out. Might have lost the first 11 minutes, 20 minutes rather. Good showing on the video. Welcome, everybody. Been having issues with transferring to a new system, so we're wrenching on that, figuring that out. I'm starting earlier and earlier just on my end before I even broadcast live every day because I'm having issues with getting some of this stuff started up with the new system. All right, so toys left out from playing in DC. And what the theory is. The military parade was like so many other things this administration's doing. It was a distraction. With not everything in the parade living in DC, what did we have to do? Well, we had to bring these things in from out of town. And the rumor is, or perhaps the concern is, these toys never left. They're still in DC or the greater DC area. Now, is any of this sounding relatively familiar at all? He sent not just National Guard, but active duty Marines to Los Angeles. Now both National Guard and active duty troops are picking up trash in this crime-ridden city of Washington, D.C. What are they really doing there? What if those toys did not leave D.C.? What if he's leaving them there, waiting for when he really needs them to roll those tanks down the street one more time? Ask your military friends in the DC area if they know whether or not those toys went home to whatever outside the DC area base they live at. Because the rumor is They're just sitting in the suburbs, hanging out in the burbs, ready to go. That being said, our lead story also comes from sources, some of the open source news, but also I've got people in federal government who have advised that the news stories you're seeing are actually accurate. That the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glynn County, Georgia, what we know as Glencoe. When I went to Secret Service training, I went to two academies. One was like college. It was general how to be a criminal investigator education. Basics on how to do a criminal investigation. Basics on things like constitutional rights, something Donnie Boy clearly knows nothing about, nor do his Gestapo members. And the basics of driving, shooting a gun, effecting an arrest, things of that nature. Then I went to another school that was like grad school, that was much more specific to my trade as a Secret Service special agent. The first school was Criminal Investigator Training Program. Again, very basic. That was at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glynn County, Georgia. Telling you all that because we went there as Secret Service when we were still in the Treasury. FLETC is run by the Treasury. Justice has their own version of that at Quantico, Virginia. Treasury also subs out to other federal agencies who are not big enough to have their own training facility. And the story is, all those agencies have been kicked out, possibly even to include Secret Service, who, as we know, has signing bonuses ranging from $50,000 to $65,000, depending on your MO. I think she's got to go out again. All right. I don't believe this, but there she is. Let me find that news. I guess I got to create a new one. Puppy body break. I don't know why that starts there. Oh, man. Put that down over me. Be right back, gang. Oh, you better shit your brains out. Go. No. Jesus Christ. Is she training me or am I training her? All right, back from commercial. She gets out there, she stands there. I'm like, girl, this ain't happening. We're not doing this. All right, so question about the military is, and the Gestapo. We've got things happening in D.C. where there's the possibility. I'm not saying it's definite. I don't know. That's why I've got the feelers out. But so many of these stories today, one thing rolls right into the other. So for as much as he's distracting, T-Rump is distracting, there is a plan, and it's not a good one. I am not some extremist when I tell you this. You think I'm the asshole and somebody like Gavin Newsom is saying the same thing? I've been saying this. I've been saying this for going on 10 years. I told you the story yesterday. I'll tell it again. I'll tell it as many times as needed. When I ran into Luke in that bar, Luke is the staffer that worked with me, was my counterpart at the Uniform Services Ball on Inauguration Day evening and the week leading up to it. At the National Building Museum in D.C., 1 block east, actually 2 blocks east of what was then the Verizon Center. And in between the Building Museum and the Verizon Center is the police headquarters for the Housing Authority. And then in the block due east of the Building Museum was the FBI's Washington field office, where multiple SWAT teams sat and waited, hoping not to be dispatched, and they weren't. But my staff counterpart from that event, I ran into him later, not too much longer, within also the first 7 months, when something crazy was put in place. I don't know if it was the Muslim ban or something stupid, but something illegal, something immoral, something pathetic. And I asked him about whatever it was. He says, Yergs, you think that's crazy? Wait till you see us in our second and third term. Third term. Now we've got military equipment that no one seems to know where it's at. And maybe that's going to change. I'll keep you updated. But now we got a training facility that, honestly, it's not exactly easy to get to. What's that mean? Well, it's in the middle of nowhere. The media is not going to follow it the way they could Beltsville, Maryland, or something in downtown Washington, D.C., like Secret Service training used to be. And when they kick out all the other federal agencies that were using it to make room for more ICE agents, which is what's happened, this is confirmed. My question is for Secret Service, who still has between $50,000 to $65,000 per employee in signing bonuses, still active. Where are those trainees going to go? I don't believe that the Secret Service is going to stop hiring. It doesn't make sense. I was talking with a colleague about this yesterday. When we came on in the late 90s, early 2000s, we were replacing the hiring rush that came on after Vietnam. So all the Vietnam guys that were now retiring, we were replacing them. It was a rush. That rush in after Vietnam and the retiring rush out and our rush in to replace those guys and our retiring rush out is causing another rush in. Based on the number of agents alone, forget about the other people, other armed personnel that we have, other professional personnel that we have, scientists and statisticians, analysis type folks, and other, administrative people. We were never back to the level that we should have been at when replacing the Vietnam guys. If you stop that hiring process now, because when I left, we were still not fully staffed. There was never a hiring. There were, but they were because of money, not because of need. And they were very short-lived. So we have military equipment still in the city or close by, possibly. We have a facility that's gone to all one agency, possibly. Yet other agencies in the law enforcement sector are still hiring. What's that going to do to the training of those new agents that do get hired but are not trained at the usual location under usual circumstances? Moreover, what is really going to be happening at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center? What are they going to be trained? Dean Cain ain't going to come clean if it's bad stuff. And when you've already got who I believe to be Oath Keepers or Promise Boys or whatever, Proud Boys, I saw the tactics they use. They're horrible. It is a small miracle that no one was yet killed. So, if they're going to be taught anything, it's looking like there's not going to be any oversight because it's one agency. It's not like there's going to be other agencies going back to their bosses and going, wow, you should see what ICE is doing. Oh, it's nasty. They're going to get somebody killed. Hiding the fact that it's probably not ICE. Media had mentioned authoritative tendencies, again, when referring to Donald Trump. Authoritative tendencies. Is this really a tendency anymore? When he marches the National Guard illegally into Los Angeles? And yeah, I'm jumping the gun here, and I'm sounding prejudice against Trump. I read the requirement. I know how to read. Does Trump? Because it blatantly says he cannot do that without the consultation and authorization from the governor of the state being marched on. And the fact is, the LAPD is beyond qualified to handle what small amounts of riots have been happening as a result of ICE. They're also qualified. I don't know what that thing was for. They're also very qualified to handle demonstrations, nonviolent or otherwise. There was no need for the National Guard. And there was certainly no need for the National Guard to be brought in anyway after the governor said no. I had friends and colleagues in LA still, having retired there almost 4 years ago. They were pissed off because they didn't even know where the riots were. You hear that LA is on fire and it's all the libtards doing. The fact is, LA was not on fire. Yes, there were riots. Those particular situations got ugly. And it should have been without. However, it was confined to basically one city block right outside the federal building where ICE was holed up and launching from. There were demonstrations in other parts of the city, but like I said, they were all peaceful. So why did the military go in to California? And then soon thereafter into a similar situation, one that's been blown out of proportion. Nobody is saying that there was no that there was no crime in Washington, D.C. What they're saying was there was no need for federal troops. And I had a friend of mine tell some of his employees that just last week. I got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Kamala Harris losing Secret Service. We'll finalize some of the things about the tendencies. Talk about the 10 lies told by Donald Trump just this week. Oh, I don't have those commercials on that one anymore because it's something different now. Something different, something new. Something that sucks, just like you. I gotta pull this shit out now every day too. Let me see, ad spots. Oh my God, that's old shit. Yeah, let's try it this way. What are you doing later? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to the gym, but not just any gym. Momentum Fitness and Wellness. Walk right up to the door. There's a QR code on the door. You can sign up right there. You've got no excuse. But not only that, their equipment is amazing. It's kept up well. It's expanded. There's stretching area.
It's Friday!
How about now? Hey.
Hey, where you been?
Me.
Huh?
Was I if I was doing no audio for this entire goddamn time.
What are you talking about?
How about now? Hey.
Hey, where you been?
I know. Me.
Where did you go? Are you there? I did hear you. Now I don't hear you if you're talking. God damn it. I heard you for a second if you were talking, and then I didn't hear you anymore. So,
Can you hear me? There's a loop. I'm trying to get rid of it.
Now I hear you if you're talking.
Hey,
Well,
how about now?
I hear an echo, but yeah, now I hear you.
Hold on. Hey, how about now?
I heard you for a second if you were talking, and then I didn't hear you anymore. So I'm hearing myself.
You there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? There's a loop. I'm trying to get rid of it. Yeah.
Holy if you're talking.
Hey.
But yeah, now I hear you.
Hold on. Hey, how about now?
I heard you for a second if you were talking.
We've got like 5 different loops going now.
I'm hearing myself.
You there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? There's a loop. I'm trying to get rid of it.
How do we stop this chaos?
Hey.
Yeah, now I hear you.
Hey, how about now?
I heard you for a second. Damn hell.
We've got like 5 different loops going now.
I'm hearing myself. Yeah.
Can you hear me? There's a loop. I'm trying to get rid of it.
How do we stop this chaos?
Are you still there?
I'm here. I'm afraid to talk.
I'm in pain.
I am after that last 30, 45 seconds. I'm having seizures. What did you do?
I don't know. I've got to give you the link for Google Meet. I
Okay.
thought you were on it. I sent a bunch of people that I thought you were on it too. Jane, Matt, you, and David Beckmeyer. Like I said, I thought you were on that as well. But
Okay.
I'll send you that because we'll be switching to that once I dump Restream altogether.
Okay.
And something just came up red in Restream. Shocker. Rumble just went crazy on us. So
Nah, I can't never get it to work. I just don't.
But that was funny. I mean, I kept hearing myself, then you kept hearing yourself, and somebody I don't know if it was you or if we had somebody else in for whatever reason went blah, 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 blah. And that just I lost it.
Yeah, that was me. I was like, what in the hell is he doing?
All right. Anyway, I'm ready to. So because we're now on through OBS, all the radio stations but one are also on OBS.
Okay.
And so when I cut the radio stations, I'm going to cut everything. So I'm just going to cut, and it's going to be yours. So we got to say goodbye now, and we'll have that.
Is there a ceremony or anything we're supposed to do before we go? Secret hug or handshake or?
I'm still in gym shorts, so kind of like boxers. And my poor dog keeps bugging me and wanting to go out, and I'm like, no. Go lay down. You've been out 4 times today, and your brother hasn't been out once.
Mom was doing that at 1 this morning. I wanted to shoot her. So,
Matrix gets up in the middle of the night sometimes, panting really heavy, like he's either had a bad dream, or it's like sleep apnea, or I don't know what. But
you might want to have him run a blood test for. I think it's called Cushing's disease. That's what they're testing Ginger for. Because
you were saying
and anxiety. So
I
never get the blood vet yet, so I don't know.
Well, another vet thought he might have, being 9 years old, that he might have heart disease.
Ooh, hope not,
because he does pant a lot. So I mean, he also sleeps a lot. So it's not like he's getting a lot of exercise.
That's the second sign. Yeah. Sleeping in uncontrollable hunger. She's like a damn wolf. So
no, I don't even know where he went. He's not here anymore. He's back in the bedroom. No, he eats when I feed him. And they've always. Shady is the first one to kind of sort of turn down food. But if I give her a biscuit, she'll eat it. Now she's bugging me to go back out. So anyway, when I cut the radio feed for you to take over, I'm going to be cutting everything, and that's going to be it. You're not going to hear me.
Okay. Well,
so that's it for me.
I guess. We'll go have a nice weekend.
Yeah, I got work to do. But yeah, I'm planning on getting out in the skis at some point this afternoon too.
Yeah, tomorrow's my day off. College football.
Get out. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, in fact, I think Georgia Tech has a game tonight I'll probably watch. So,
I can take the phone lines open thing down.
Yeah, nobody calls me. So.
What's that?
I said nobody ever calls me. So,
yeah, I said I said texts are done. No more texting.
Yeah, well, I've got my studio number up. You can test or leave a voicemail. I won't answer. So,
yeah, I will. Yeah, I didn't. I missed one of Ken's calls earlier, and he was calling while you and I were trying to figure out the audio. So I wasn't going to make that. Use that to make matters worse yet.
I would have added like a fifth.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, go have a great weekend. You need to take pictures when you're out there on your
Oh, definitely.
what is it called? A jet ski. Jet ski. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
having a brain cramp. So
Yep.
take some pictures of the golf.
A personal watercraft is what they're called.
Oh, okay. Well,
PWC.
yeah.
Jet ski was the name of the model of the device made by Kawasaki.
So it's like saying Velcro.
Them all jet skis. The other name often used to describe what we ride on is called a wave runner. That is what Yamaha makes. That's their model, is the Yamaha Wave Runner. And Sea-Doo makes all kinds of different letter. Like I've got a GTX Limited, but nobody refers to that in a generic as a GTX because it's a very specific model. So yeah, but anyway,
like all right, man.
Well, all right.
Have fun. Take pics. I want to see what the water looks like this time of year. I want to get to the beach. So
yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to hit go live when you tell me, and God knows what. So.
Yep. Well, I'll be out. All right, everybody. I'll see you back on Monday right here for the same technical difficulties. Maybe we'll get them wrenched on. All right. Sport Kid, have a good show. I'll talk to you this weekend.
All right, man. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
Yep. See you, everybody.
All right. Well, Daddy is apparently